name's Liz, and today I'm going to show you how I make a green smoothie in my Thermomix. It was actually because of green smoothies that I got a Thermomix in the first place. I had been making them for a little while before I got my Thermomix, and had, a stick blender and a little food processor because I was having to process so many hard vegetables and fruits. What happened was my blades actually got blunt very, very quickly, and I wasn't getting a really smooth texture either. I was finding that sometimes my smoothies would be a little bit gritty, and I wanted to emulsify them thoroughly, and I really needed a high-powered blender. So I went on the search for the perfect high-powered blender and settled on this, which is much, much more than a blender. The Thermomix blends, of course, but it also whips, it grinds, it pulverizes, it prepares hot foods, it steams. You can knead dough in it. You can, make frothy milk for your cafe lattes. You can make a beautiful coffee in it. You can make ice creams and sorbets, pasta, pizza doughs. The list is kind of endless. The only thing that you really can't do in a Thermomix is bake and deep fry. If you can think about anything else though that you can make, it can be done in the Thermomix. And the Thermomix, let me quickly just show you, has one set of blades. Now these blades are made of Solingen steel. It's the best kind of steel to make knives out of, and they're self-sharpening. They will never ever need to be sharpened or replaced, and that was something that I really took into account when I was deciding what I wanted and needed in my life to, prepare my foods. So what I'm going to show you today is the kind of green smoothie that I like the best. And I started off by probably doing 40% by volume green leaves or green leafy vegetables and herbs, and 60% fruit. And the reason for that is because when you first start out making green smoothies, you want them to taste great. If you want to be healthy and you want to, put beautiful food into your body, you also want it to taste good so that you can stick with it and keep bringing all those extra nutrients and vitamins into your life. Well, since I got my Thermomix, my life has been completely changed, and I am so grateful that the people from Forework made this machine, because it's just been incredible for me. Now today what I'm going to do is show you, as we are in this beautiful setting in Hepburn in Melbourne, well near Melbourne in Victoria, Australia, on a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I was walking through the garden last night and I happened to spy these. Now these are called cleavers. They've also got a lot of other names. Sometimes they're called gooseweed or the love herb. And in mythology, there are tribes that have made infusions out of these, and women have bathed in them so that they can attract their perfect mate. Now when you look for these in the wild or even in your own garden, because they are very, very common, especially here in Australia, but way to test that they are actually cleavers is to do this. They stick. They're also known as sticky willy sometimes, but I just like calling them cleavers, and they've got incredible medicinal properties. They are renowned for helping people with any kind of skin cancers, lymphatic issues. They're incredible for the alkaloids that they contain. They have been used for countless medicinal purposes, even dandruff, eczema, psoriasis, you name it. Look them up, they're pretty amazing. So generally they're considered unpalatable, but when you have a Thermomix, they get blended right into the smoothie. You don't even notice that they're there. They are kind of tasteless, I guess, and they are just so good for you, especially if you like to have beautiful skin and hair. So we're going to put some of those in, so I might just pop those in right now, stems and all. I've also got a selection of fruit. So I have apples, and of course all of the fruit that I'm adding is organic. And I've got celery, orange, I've got some mint from the garden, some coriander as well. I love putting coriander in my green smoothies because you just get that fabulous zinginess of them, and it's really uplifting. And if you think of Asian salads, for example, with these types of ingredients, at least the greens, you know how well they go with them. And with fruit, they are amazing. So I've got some celery. I've also got a little knob of ginger, some more orange, apples, and I like making a lot in my green smoothies because I can live on them all day. And I've also got some rainbow chard. So rainbow chard is just amazing. Look at those colours. These are the kinds of wavelengths of light that you want to have in your body. You know, each colour represents a different spectrum or a different wave in the light spectrum or frequency. So I think it's really good to get as many different colours into your diet as possible. And yellows and reds, you know, are full of antioxidants. So I'm just going to tear those a little bit before I pop them in. Put in the rest of my fruit and celery, some more mint, and some more apple. I don't usually put bananas in my smoothies at the moment because here in Australia, bananas are very, very expensive. And when I first started making them, I loved putting them in because they added a wonderful creaminess to my smoothies and, of course, the sweetness. What I've found, though, is that as I've drunk my green smoothies over time, my palate has actually changed. And I am now adding in at least equal amounts of fruit and greens, or slightly more greens than fruit these days, and I don't miss that banana taste at all. And what I've also got here is some coconut water. Now you can get this in Asian groceries. They're very inexpensive, and if you are not able to get fresh coconuts, then this is a really great alternative. There is sugar in this. There's coconut water, young coconut meat, and a little bit of sugar to sweeten, but it's really not that much. And I figure I've got all of these antioxidants and incredible nutrients in all of the rest of the ingredients. A little bit of sugar is okay. If I were in the city, I would maybe think about going and actually putting in some fresh coconut from a young Thai coconut. Of course, we're going to need a little bit of liquid. I like the coconut water to be a little bit frozen as well. It just means that when the smoothie is made, it's cool, especially if it's a hot day. It's really nice to add a little bit of ice in there. Make sure it's filtered water though that you make the ice out of. And of course we want some water as well. Now I might actually put in just a tiny bit more water. And that's pretty much it. And I just put in whatever I've got handy, you know. Any greens, any fruits will make a fantastic smoothie. So we're just going to turn the Thermomix right up to speed 10. Can't wait to drink it. And I set my timer for a minute. That's all it really needs. And look at that. Just, oh, beautiful. So, you can drink it with a straw, of course. You can also add more liquid if you like it a little thinner than that. It's obviously just up to your own personal preference. That is sublime. The coconut, especially with the coriander, is just such a winning combination. Oh, that is such a beautiful Now, of course, if I wanted to, I could blend that for another 30 seconds. And you can see, if I bring this a little bit closer, you can kind of see that there are little red bits from the apple skin. Well, I don't mind that. I quite like it. But if I wanted to emulsify that completely, it would be no problem. These blades are amazing. And at speed 10, the blades go very, very fast. They go 10,200 revolutions per minute. It's pretty fast. It's 3 times as fast as a light airplane propeller. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching my little video, and good luck with making your own green smoothies. Try lots of different combinations. You'll absolutely love them.